All right, so I was in the midst of making another video on the BRP Crossmember. Waiting on some parts to come in for that car. They're being shipped to the house. It looks like it's out for delivery today, so I'll be able to come in and finish that up this weekend. In the meanwhile, we're back on the OBS project. Doing a lot of work to this thing, getting it going. A couple small things I've done to it since I think the last video was messing with the AC. We got some crystal clear headlights with some LEDs in there. So I actually need to adjust them. They're too low, but they look pretty nice in there. Oh, I unplugged the thing, but yeah, they're pointed down too low, so I need to adjust them up. I have these on order from eBay. There was a guy in one of the OBS Facebook groups who was local to me, and he was giving away some corners. I gave him 20 bucks for them. It was 2 sets and a set for the license plate lights, but the license plate lights didn't fit, and I actually didn't like the way the clear corners looked. I actually prefer the amber ones, and then once I put the clear markers in, it'll look pretty nice. We got an alarm put on it, so this particular model did not come with factory keyless entry. I've had a few OBS trucks in the past, 98s, 99s, even my 96 from way back when that I talked about, and they all had keyless entry. This 95 does not. Also, this is one of those vehicles that people are gonna try to take it. So I got a buddy of mine. He's been doing all my alarms. We put a Viper on it, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't need remote start or anything. This one does have the capacity to do it, and it has an auxiliary button for the hatch. We didn't program the hatch, and I didn't program the remote start for now. But I mean, the regular, boom, you know, pretty straightforward. You know, nothing crazy. I put some stickers on it, so I got the OTG mechanic sticker, ink, and then I usually put this on all my cars. It's just an Impala. I got this from a guy down in Florida, and I had a whole bunch of them, so I put that on there. I got to get some short bed stickers or some OBS stickers from Corey, and then he put the Viper sticker on there. So we got the alarm on it. So what we're working on today is we're putting a double din in this thing. The kit that I'm using, and there's a couple different ways to do the double dins in these OBS trucks. They actually sell a complete dash like this that's already cut out and comes with everything. It's like $150. The kit that I'm using is the Metra 95300-3G, and basically what that is, it comes with this little plate, and it's actually pretty simple. You clip this thing in here. It's got little clips at the back of it. Clip it in here, and then basically once you get it clipped in, you just mark where you have to cut. So I already marked it with a pen. Got a cut there, got a cut up there, and you can fit a double din in it. And then it comes with the sliders, and then that's it. It's really simple, and it already is matched to this, so it already looks pretty good. It's not the prettiest option, of course. If you had just got the whole dash that's already molded and ready to go, it would look better. But I mean, for what I'm using this truck for, it doesn't have to be super, show or pretty or anything like that. I mean, this is just basically going to be a daily for the most part. I'm going to daily it. I'm going to have a little fun with it, and that's about it. So it doesn't have to be, perfect. I'm not too worried about it. This one I'm not worried about. The interior getting dirty. I'm going to be throwing stuff in the back. Like, that's what this truck is for. Now, the Sierra, that one's nice. So I already marked it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I marked it here with a pen at the top. So I'm going to grab my multi-tool. I'm going to start trimming that. And I may just cut the whole thing off because it doesn't bolt to anything at the bottom. It literally just sits there. So I think if I just cut that whole piece off, I think it should be fine. So let's get to cutting. Oh yeah, what double din am I using? We're going with this, the DMH 1700 NEX by Pioneer. It's CarPlay, Android Auto, pretty basic touchscreen. I love CarPlay. All my vehicles that I drive have CarPlay. The Sierra, I put a CarPlay radio in it. The Impala has a Pioneer radio in it with CarPlay. I love CarPlay, and it's really just because of the GPS option and the maps and stuff like that, and the Spotify and stuff like that. I don't really use like the talk to text function or anything like that, but I just like a double din. It's just a clean look, a clean, it's just clean. It's just nice and smooth and nice. So because I am going to be driving this truck a lot, I may go places I've never been before. So I definitely want to make sure I have, and I hate those phone holders, and I hate that. I like having it in the dash. So that's the plan for today. And I got to get these windows tinted. I want to get these nice and dark, and I'm probably going to get these. I'm probably going to put another layer of 5% on the side so you can't even see in the back. And then I'll probably do these 20%. Not a fan of doing the windshield. I can't see very well, as you can tell. So tinted windshields are a no-go for me. So, like I said, let me grab my multi-tool. Actually, let me clean up some of this stuff and then grab my multi-tool, and then we'll get to trimming this thing, and it should be pretty easy. I mean, it should be pretty straightforward. All right. All right, so it looks like we got to trim just a little bit more right there. And other than that, maybe up here a little bit, and I think we should be good. And then I'll slide the radio in and make sure it fits. And go from there. All right, so now we'll move. So I got it fitted. I mean, it looks good. I still need to trim a little bit more, but I'm not worried about it. Once I get it in there, I'll see how it looks. So we got to get all our stuff laid out here. There's that USB extension. What is this? Wire harness. Steering wheel controls. We won't need that. We might put a backup camera in it. Auxiliary. Sirius XM. We definitely won't be using that. So kind of break down if you've never done this before or looking to do it and you're like, hey, what's all these cables? So this is your main wire harness. This will have your power, ground, remote, speakers, amp turn on, the green wires for the parking brake, but I'll explain that later. Looks like this is for the subs, and the amps is all for the amps, so it's got a separate. So normally there would be RCA inputs in the back of the radio. Looks like the way they're doing it now, it's an actual separate plug, which is pretty cool because if you're just installing this without an amp and sub, you don't have to worry about this right away. And then when you do, you just plug this in. I got your microphones for talking to people. Probably won't use this. This is for like an auxiliary headphone jack thing. This one is for your steering wheel controls and rear view camera. So you're definitely going to use this. Sirius XM tuner, not going to use that. And this is just a USB extension so you can, hook your phone into it. This thing here, is PAC TR1. This is a trigger interface. What this does, so all of the Pioneer, any double din radio, whether it plays DVDs or anything, most of the higher end ones, Pioneer, Kenwood, JVC, all of them, they have how do I explain it? For safety reasons, you have to have the parking brake engaged to access certain functions and stuff like that on these radios. Usually back in the day with the DVD players, you couldn't play a DVD while driving. So what this does, it's a bypass. What it does is it tricks the radio based on the resistor and everything in here to think that the parking brake is engaged at all times, so you're able to access all the functions and do everything that you want to do on the radio without having to deal with that. And I may show you the difference You know, what you can do versus what you won't do, what you won't be able to do. Maybe not, because I don't want to. It's a lot of wiring and stuff. So this truck actually came with I think it's a JVC radio. It's actually a pretty decent radio. I'm a big fan of JVC radios. JVC Kenwood, same company, if you didn't know. But yeah, this is a JVC radio. It's actually a really nice radio. It's got this little nice knob, and it's really pretty, and you know, it's got a lot of audio functions and stuff like that for somebody like myself who is into car audio, and I like to be able to get in there and dial everything in. So I do like it, but it's gotta go. So we're gonna pull this out, pull the wire harness out. Hopefully whoever did this did the wiring properly and didn't hack up the factory harness and used an aftermarket harness, and I'll show you what that looks like, because I have one here. It came with the kit, and I got it just in case that was the case, so I would have to repair the factory harness and then you know, use this one. All right, so this is your adapter harness. This plugs into the factory harness of the car, and it gives you these wires bare so you can connect them to this. So we'll basically be connecting those two. Antenna adapter, I honestly do not listen to the radio, so I may just put it in there so it's in there in the off chance, I don't know. But if it wasn't there, I wouldn't care. I'm probably put it in just because I have it, but I don't listen to the radio. I don't know any of the stations. I don't know, you know, I just never been a fan of the music they play. I like my own music. So let me pull this old radio out, see what kind of condition the dash harness is in, and hopefully they did it right. And then I think there's some trimming we have to do in the dash to make that thing fit. So let me get it out, go from there. All right, so they did use one, so I can just save this, because actually, believe it or not, this is the same one for an Impala. So they did use one, so all we're gonna do, and they didn't use any, it was all electrical taped in there, so we're just gonna, well, some of it's crimped. So we're just gonna cut these right before the butt connectors. And stuff like this. This is crazy, man. Because there's some issue in there with the speakers, it looks like, where they had to tie in some I don't know, I'm gonna have to investigate it a little bit, but this truck will be getting a big sound system. I want to do a single 15, and I got 2 amps already ready to go for it. So all right, so we no longer need this. This will be for sale. If you're watching and you want it, it's the T700BT JVC. Works good. All right, so now we have this. This is the harness for the, that's gonna plug in. We'll get this harness here. This is for the radio. This is the parking brake wire. So this is actually supposed to, this green wire is supposed to run all the way down to your parking brake, and we're not doing that. So we can snip it short right there. We'll get our little trigger thing. And it tells you what to do. So blue, white goes the remote output, but I think that's only for a certain, oh, yellow and black foot brake wire, Alpine only. So you got green goes to your parking brake wire, which would be the green wire here. The black will go to your ground, and then the blue and white will go to the remote output. Basically what that is telling this when to give it power when the radio turns on. That's all. Super simple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use crimp caps, which are these things. Some people like them, some people don't. Basically just twist the wire together and then you crimp it. I'm gonna use it, all of them except for the remote wire. I'm gonna use the I'm gonna use a butt connector on it and only crimp one side, because I am, like I said, I am planning on putting a stereo in here, so I will need to run a remote wire. So that way I don't need to cut it and I can just add it later. So that's what I'm gonna use. All right, so shorten this a little bit. This doesn't need to be that long. So I like to do the power connections first. So we'll do, yeah. So we'll do power. This is constant power, so which means this always, and pretty much all radios are going to be the same. Yellow will always be constant power, so this wire will always be hot, constant 12 volt source. So this is what saves all your settings and all that in the radio, you know, when you turn it off. So I'm gonna get this together and then I'll jump back on. I'll crimp everything. All right, so if you know me by now, you know what happened. If you're a loyal subscriber, you know what happened. I got to working, put the camera on the charger, and didn't, you know, forgot to finish filming. But I got the harness done. Harness is done. So this is your USB extender. I got it coming down, connected here. I'll clean this up later. All the wires are connected. We got the radio antenna in, we got the microphone in, all that works fine. Got these little tabs, it slides in, it fits perfectly. So what I'm about to do now is actually mount the radio in the dash and then put the cover on it, and we should be good. I've already turned it on, everything works, all the sounds work, all the, oh, I forgot to peel this off. But all the speakers work, everything works like it should. So let me get this all put in here and put the dash on, and a little piece is still clipped on there, and we'll see how it looks and how it fits. It's in. So there's a little gap at the bottom, but I think that can be adjusted. See, there's a little gap right there, and I think that was because I wasn't supposed to cut the whole thing off. I think you're supposed to leave a little piece there at the bottom. So it's, I mean, it's not terrible. It's gonna bother me a little bit, but not enough to, you know, gripe about. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is putting a piece of foam on there. I got like this foam tape stuff, and that'll kind of fill that gap. Or I can adjust the radio down a little bit, and I think that'll alleviate a lot of that. So other than that, it's good to go. I gotta take off. Damn it, can't get the keys. Got a family emergency, so I gotta leave here. But I just wanted to, I had to put the dash back together so I could drive the truck. And I'll let you see if everything works. So, works. So we got a double din in there. We'll play with it a little bit more because like I said, I'm gonna put subs and all that crap in here at some point. So when the time comes to do that, I'll go back in and fix that, make it nice. So I'm taking off. Gotta go handle some stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Like I said, look out for more OBS content. Definitely be doing, you know, a lot more updates, a lot more stuff to this truck, and you know, and as usual, we'll keep the B-body footage rolling. So see y'all in the next one.